Seems live.
Hello, and welcome. This is a scene from Vampire the Masquerade, the venue, of course, Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene will be taking place in an antique bookshop, one of Ryan Famo, necromantic savant and proprietor of such a fine establishment. The scent of old books and musk permeates the warmly lit main room. Jars and displays fill every crevice not parred with books, defined by the entropic state, bending, humid, and mold-mottled. The air has recently been disturbed. Pitted brass chandeliers and sooted skulls are all cleared away. Displays have new life breathed into them. Particularly morbid night, even for such a place. The bittersweet taste of a costly victory dances through the minds of all present. Tale of love, old and new. A tale of triumph of humanity over the malicious. A tale we now celebrate. All right. Starting, I'll go from left to right. We got Amelia Ross.
Well, I assume Amelia will probably be arriving with her clanmate Theodore, still in a mask, but upon entering the store, she will drop the mask and be her normal monstrous self. We'll give a nod to Ryan and just stand in the corner and lean on a wall.
Okie doke. Next is Katja.
Katja probably left with Ryan because she needed to talk to him anyway. So she's probably sitting in the bookshop, her face stained with tears of blood, because it has been a long night.
Yeah, there are a number of chairs grouped up next to the fake fireplace. Is Kim playing a character today?
Yes, but she had to BRB because dog.
Okay, we'll do that last then. Evan, I assume you're going to come in when you want to. Is that Philan? Sir Philarin? I can't quite read that font. It's Paul.
Paul, dear. He might have. I think he also BRB'd.
Okay.
God damn it.
Theodore.
Yeah, Theodore has entered with his clanmate, and we'll just he will take his hat off, and we'll just nod to Ryan as he enters. He will go over to Katja, and he'll sit down next to her. His head is off, and there is clear red color on his bandages around his eyes. Doesn't seem to care too much.
Okay. Is Douglas here?
I assume Douglas will be arriving with the other mages.
True. He was in quite a few of the Ishaar scenes, all things considered. I also quite like him because he saved my ass. Bishop's character, I think.
Theodos is not in the best of ways. Though triumphant, he is scarred somewhat in both mind and body, but in particular his body. The shield that encompassed him, protected him, cushioned him from the dangers of the world was shattered by the destruction of the second locus. And this damage has still not been repaired. Half his face has huge gashes, literally charred black as if it had been cauterized somehow. Covered in third-degree burns on one side of his face to from his right temple all the way down to his neck. It may even extend further, but he has at least taken pains to put on a jacket or something to cover up the worst of the damage, and is just slowly limping on his cane towards the shop.
Did Douglas do an introduction?
Yeah,
Right,
Douglas will enter now, and he's being the student he is. He's brought vodka.
of course.
He walks in, he's like, "Yo, my boys, I don't know if half of you can even get drunk, but I brought a bottle," and his eyes immediately settle on Amelia, to which his response is, "Oh my fucking god, what are you?"
Okay.
Hello to you too.
Theodore will get up and he will just like bow a little bit, and he will be like, "Well, since you are here and to celebrate as much celebration as there can be had, you are used to weird things, no?"
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting that, I suppose.
It is quite alright.
No offense.
No, none taken.
I would add that this
You will
is
see Amelia chuckle at that because she really enjoys it when people freak out.
about the first time so far that I think wearing sunglasses indoors has become useful. I won't know you're staring.
Paul is back now, by the way.
Okay. Do you want to do your introduction?
Paul, dear, would you like to do your introduction?
Oh, disconnect.
T disconnected.
Never mind.
He gets back and he just gets
Oh
never
well,
mind.
moving on.
Exactly what it is you have brought for the celebration. Vodka. Oh. Sure. Give me just one moment. Theodore will be back with a couple of glasses after, and he'll just say, "Is it, what do they call it, slave vodka, or is it actually of some quality?"
What?
Is it required to be mixed with other ingredients, or can you actually enjoy it by drinking it pure?
I think you can. I mean, I do.
Aha. Well, pardon me for. And there's a pause. I think I'll pass. And there's a smile. You probably. This guy's face is covered in bandages, and he has blood around his eyes. He's it's maybe. Who knows?
If it's any consolation, I happen to have a few bottles of Louisiana firewater of some sort. I look over on my goals. Jules, would you care to bring something from the cellar? And yeah, one of my goals is he just gives us a nod, and you just hear him down the stair.
Theodus finds the nearest chair to sit down.
Right.
Good work back there, Mr. Famo, was it?
Yes, that would be correct.
I'm not sure if we ever even had a chance to get introduced.
It's fortunate we meet under such mild circumstances in comparison.
I threw a fireball at a floaty thing.
Yes, it's kind of strange how really we've just seemed to bump into each other whenever the world's been on the verge of ending. We're not really outside of that.
It certainly is. I sure like living.
That's true.
Well put, Mr. Ryan. Well, Promo.
I don't believe I've made an introduction to many of you. My apologies. I give like a general bow to the rest of the room. I'm sure you probably know I have somewhat of a reputation, but for those who don't, Ryan Famo, owner of the shop, proprietor of this bookstore, and someone who's hosting this after party. I would also add that, given the circumstances, I feel that all of you are in need of some kind of material reward. I would be happy to extend some of my, let's just say, particular parlor tricks for no cost, for the time being, of course.
I might take you up on that. But not tonight. Not tonight.
Let's see if I can return the favor in some fashion, although I suppose what I do is not nearly as immediate. But yes, a great victory. For the record, Theodus is... he's not depressed, it's just he's clearly very worn down, and the fact that talking for him is a little bit difficult given the wounds he has.
Okay, this is where I come in. So, a lady you guys didn't see during the fights shows up. She's accompanied by 2 people carrying massive well, it looks like drugs. They put them down, she thanks them, and, sends them on their way. And you guys see her stand over these jugs. A surge of green light washes over her and goes into these jugs. She will turn to everybody. I offer a selection of hot chocolate, tea, milk, even alcohol, and it should help repair your wounds.
Some tea would be much appreciated, I think. Thank you.
Katya would actually get up and get it for him. She sees that, he's not in real great shape right now.
Okay, so with each proportion that you consume, it automatically heals an egg.
Ooh,
And all lethal and bashing.
nice.
That
Sounds
is for
lovely.
people who are alive, right? Vampires cannot imbibe this, I'm guessing.
Unless you have to eat food, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you consume it, it'll still heal all lethal and bashing and 1 egg.
Okay.
Well,
It won't work.
Theodus.
It won't work on a vampire.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Theodus
same
will,
way a Gaia's breath won't work on a vampire.
yeah. Well, Theodus will begin sipping from the tea, which will probably heal off one of his eye wounds.
Theodore will look for the booze that was maybe being collected from the cellar.
Yeah. At this point, Judas would come back up the stairs with a silver tray with a number of semi-drank but quite nice-looking bottles of whiskey, mostly spiced, but there are some just older stuff that's of a higher quality.
Damien hobbles over and politely asks, "May I have a bit of that?"
Absolutely, it's on the house.
Excellent. Maybe a little later I'll be able to
Emilia,
offer you something useful.
Yes,
Emilia,
Senator.
would you like a drink as well?
I am not capable, but I do have cigars in my backpack if anyone wants.
Well,
Kinds of smoking allowed in the shop.
Theodore will just... He will actually just get a glass. He will begin to... Yeah, he will take some whiskey. And get one for Emilia as well. And I hope people do not find me crass. You were acquaintances and first-time acquaintances. but I do believe we all should make a toast.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, Ryan nods.
And he will begin to take the glasses and give each person a glass with something in it. Then he will himself. He will do. People will see that he will cut open his hand and pour some blood into his drink. He seems to be dripping his own blood into his drink, mixing it with. It is a very good whiskey. He looks to Ryan and she says, "I know it is a crime, but well, certain technical limitations, I'm afraid."
Of course.
That's metal as fuck.
Yeah.
Can we do that though?
Yes.
And
Yes,
we won't
we can.
puke it out?
Well, I hope not. I'll make a toast regardless. And he will make sure that everyone has a glass with something in it. And he will just gather people and he will just say, "I can't say that I've ever met the person, but this person I've only only heard of and saw briefly, saved all of us, the world, through purity. The purity that, for me and my kind, is somewhat rare, I'm afraid. Maybe it is different from some of you, but I can only say that I am tremendously grateful that such good people still exist. I have seen many horrifying and monstrous people, but more than once I have seen pure hearts thrive through the worst. So, without further ado, and he raises his glass to Minnie.
Too many.
To Minnie.
Too many.
Too many.
Hey, too
Too
many.
many.
Too many.
So one's for you as well, Connor.
And Katya would toast to that.
My. How thoroughly endearing, Mr. Firmo. Or rather, sorry, not Mr. Firmo, Mr. Williams.
Well, I'm afraid sentimentality gets the better of me.
For the record, this woman is standing. She's going to be standing right next to the cash register. Actually, she's sitting up on the. You know how there's a small desk that you normally put a cash register on.
Yeah.
She's sitting on the counter basically. You collectively have cost me very dearly this evening.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
What did I do?
Nothing, Douglas. Would you like a lollipop?
Sure.
She will reach into the fold of her robe and will withdraw a lollipop.
Ooh,
Wouldn't eat that if I were you.
Don't drink
No.
the Kool-Aid.
Don't take that.
too late. Too late.
Really? Did you actually just take candy from the stranger?
By the way, who is?
Katya is going to slap his hand.
He's just gonna look at the rest of the. I'm sorry. Who is this?
Just like,
Learn that
For the lollipop, like
I don't
Who? What?
That's
I
easy.
hardly see the states, the sheer existence of the world as something so transactional.
hardly the state of the world, Theodus Crane. It was always going to be this way. You were always going to win. However, the fate of the Sargon fragment is what concerns me. The book that you so casually threw into the void.
Oops.
What was so special about that?
My.
But you're not supposed to do that.
Did you actually eat the lollipop?
Do
I
not eat
assume
the
not.
lollipop.
Okay, he
No one's
actually ate
letting
the lollipop. Okay.
No one would let me.
You know, that woman's really nice. She's really pretty. You want to touch her hair. Enjoy that one-step blood bond.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No, by now.
I fucking love Douglas and his dumb shit ways.
The fact of
I'm
the matter
terribly
is
sorry,
that
miss.
you have thrown away one of the greatest vestige remnants of an ancient time where magic and this world were much closer intertwined than you could possibly imagine. And
This
you
lollipop
threw it
tastes really
away
fucking weird.
Hmm?
This lollipop tastes really fucking weird.
It's really fucking good. You'd like another one.
Well, we are quite ignorant in many of these subjects, and, well, we were not privy to your plans, and therefore, I'm sorry to say that we could not anticipate that you would be involved.
We were busy saving the world.
As much as as disturbed as I am as to hear the destruction of an ancient relic, I have to consider the fact that the destruction of all others is not worth the trade.
You understand nothing of commerce, understand nothing of magic. You who have lived, what, a paltry few years. Tonight, you have undone something that you cannot possibly fathom. You have ended something you cannot possibly comprehend, and given onto things something that they should not possibly know. You have set wheels in motion that now grind and cannot be undone.
Well, I tend to know a lot of things that I shouldn't, so this is probably going to be my next project, I guess.
Theodist, start to suffocate.
Oh god.
Literally, it's like Darth Vader force choke.
Okay, well, that happens. Fearless is suddenly choking.
I came here to give you a warning. That what you have done cannot be undone. What you have given to entities cannot be ungifted. She lets go, Theodore. She can breathe again.
Half tempted to throw a fireball would probably be a bad idea.
Do you want to immolate this lovely gentleman's shop?
Yeah, I know, the shop is lovely.
It's a bookstore, don't do that.
Funnily enough, this is probably not the first time Theodos's life has been put at risk by complete strangers. I mean, it's not like D'Onofrio regularly threw him off buildings, so there you go.
Eat your soul.
To be fair, though, do you have Correspondence 3 yet?
I don't, no.
You can't even teleport, so she failed by throwing you off buildings.
Yeah, I had to use forces.
Well, while we are very grateful for such a warning, the fact that we don't know what we're doing, which is perhaps more true than I would like to think, what is it you think we could do now, since we cannot undo it?
You children who have fed your dogma, you listen at bended knee to your elder, who says this and that, puts on airs and graces and calls themselves a power. Pathetic. Ultimately, as I've said, in order to learn of the dark, you need to first see the dark, and I have no time to be your tutor. However, know, as I've said, that now wheels have been set in motion. You will do, or you have done, what cannot be undone. And in this, I sense that many of you will come to rue the day. And with that, her astral form simply vanishes.
Fucking great.
Who was that?
Do you really
An ancient one of our kind.
Okay.
We
So
have
she
a.
knows of the outsiders. That's interesting.
I'll say
Apart from the
this: we
complete
have
doom pain.
we have a list of those that we want dead. She's at the very top of it.
You just begin
Wait, I
writing
just
it
took a
down.
lollipop.
The
Considering
person we eliminated tonight was, well, stopped tonight, was also on that list.
He was only number 3.
How many are there?
13?
13 at any given time.
you're revealing a lot of Camarilla secrets here.
Yeah, Thetis is happily writing all of this down.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Dear
Kindred law.
Yep. Writing those notes.
I mean, it's none of my goddamn business because I can give a shit about the Camarilla. But the point being is,
At this point, this is going to come back and bite us in the ass anyway at some point.
Doesn't everything though?
Very
Quite.
true.
As far as I remember,
Yes, it definitely does.
we shouldn't even be talking to any of you. But yet here we are.
As above, so below. Everything affects everything else.
Quite so.
And we
So-
did fight side by side.
Well,
I'm sure when the time comes again, and whoever the hell that was, their prophecy comes to pass, we will reconverge and deal with the threat once more. But it appears Ishaar and this other figure, they are lesser. The real threat appears to be these outsiders,
Quite.
who, if what this person said is correct, will most likely attempt to use the power of this tome to intrude upon our world again. Fortunately,
The door to Ryan's bookshop will at this moment open, and you will see this woman enter. She is, I will use the phrase, all up to fuck, as in she has her hand over one of her sides that is just constantly, there's a little trickle of blood coming out from under it, but she's smiling.
tea, it helps with the wounds.
Tea? Okay. Question.
There's
Can
also
I
booze.
Irish? Can I Irish? Oh, there's booze. Excellent.
Yes, there is also why would okay? I shouldn't even bothered.
Ah, Mr. Carrion, you're not in some kind of quasi loop, I see.
Nope. Please don't change that.
Why do you have a lollipop made of blood?
he drank the Kool-Aid.
Wait, that's what oh my god.
You drank the blood of a
Yes.
kindred. Oh, goddamn!
Oh,
Why couldn't I
right.
get one of those? I'd have loved to examine it.
yeah, that was very smart.
Well, speaking of which, considering there are so many kindred here, I suppose it wouldn't be unreasonable
I mean,
to ask
before I
for
found-
any of your blood, no?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
You wish,
Well,
darling.
The transaction only goes the other way for me.
If I was like, I don't know, a huge asshole and wanted to tick off another member of the list, I would, I don't know, take that lollipop and use Dead Man's Hand, but I don't know whether that would also kill Douglas, so I'm just going to leave it be.
So,
No,
Violet.
none of us will be giving any of you our blood.
But I can give you something else. She will open
I mean,
her
you
backpack
can have-
and pull out a cigar case and pass it around.
Theodore
Oh,
Crane,
you
I've
can have the
actually-
lollipop now. I'm done.
I've actually come here for a reason.
oh,
For services rendered to the Order of Hermes, I, Magister Alexandre de Naufrier, Bonnie Flambeau, the Crimson Falcon of Valencia, the silver-haired witch, she who laughs mirthlessly in the face of doom, and she lists her names, and this goes on for like a good 3 minutes.
Did you
Damien
take a
is
breath?
noting the down.
Do hereby bestow upon you freedom from my training and the rank of significance within the Order of Hermes. I hereby name you Theodis Crane, Bonnie Shea, the Void Walker. Welcome to the Order, Theodis.
Right, in the
Happy
background
birthday,
clapping.
Theodore.
he will. I suppose he can only bow and say thank you. I don't really know what to say.
A cigar will be passed in a leather hand to you.
Uh,
Celebration. It is called for.
These are
Violet
good
Maybe it was a
cigars.
I don't know. The last just a minute ago, someone took something from a kindred and they ended up taking blood.
It's not giving
Yeah,
the.
He's smoking a cigar himself.
It was wrapped individually. Like, come on. These are expensive shit. Take it or leave it.
I'll definitely take one. Thank you
I'm
very much.
prime
And he
typing this
checks
because
it.
I know Kindred Vita his prime.
What, past the blood booth?
There we go. Okay, he looks at it. It's a normal cigarette. He'll just smoke it. He'll just go,
It's a
"Oh,
A
cigar.
cigar, not a
Oh,
cigarette.
I should not
An
have.
expensive cigar.
I should not have had one of those after just suffocating."
Oh well.
Leave a little.
Ah, this is good shit.
Oh,
Only the
yes, I
best.
suppose while you're here, Dinofre, apparently something called a Sargon fragment was thrown into a void, and this is bad.
What the fuck is a Sargon fragment?
I have no idea, but apparently it's some ancient relic of powerful magic, and it is now in the hands of the outsiders.
I tell you what, you know what will cheer you all up? Hey, Douglas, come here. No, I'm not going to do that. As funny as it would be.
Do it.
Hey, Douglas. She kind of puts her hand on the back of his head and strokes the back of his hair ever so slightly with her hand. Am I still boring, Douglas?
No, leave me alone. I don't want to die.
All right, and this is how you get pants wetting terror.
I must say. And
Last time she did it, I could taste colours.
Theodore will go over and he will bow and he will just say, "Well, my dear, it's a very good pleasure. I must say, is there any way I could get you to close your and he points at the wounds? She was bleeding, right?
not
Ever
as
so
much.
She stopped bleeding since since she drank the tea.
Oh,
She
okay.
drank the booze.
Okay. Then he will say, I will forget what I heard about the Order of Hermes, was it?
Yeah.
Fetus just looks at Tremere.
Oh, do you inform Dinofre that's a Tremere?
Please don't.
Oh, please do.
Damien just side-eyes the Tremere.
It is your duty, Theodus Crane.
Hermeticism is a hell of a drug.
Just be just thinking right now, so just his thoughts. Did I pop shot a turret? The woo. What about the Wooloo? What about how does Wooloo come into this?
Oh, there's
it's
a small
returned. He's out of the thing now.
There's a small sheep at Theodus's feet, guys. Don't question it.
Oh yeah, it's come back. It just walks into the store and starts curling up around Theodus's sheep. He will pat it.
Okay. Now I've
That's
seen
new.
everything.
Well,
Do you
But
inform Dinofre that there's a Tremere?
She's already had a
Shit.
shitty of enough of a day. Like, maybe just, you know.
It is.
She just lost two people she cares dearly for. Can we not do this right now?
You are your own mage
Theodus'
now.
duty, and he kind of doesn't care about you outside of the whole world-ending shit.
Well, do you want to kind of get melted?
does he even know that she is one?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I got Sophie the doorman. Like, who wants to see?
Oh, I will point out, when you come back, Sophia doesn't work anymore.
Oh, what?
Aww.
She's purposefully taken off the necklace, and there's a small letter basically asking you to crush it.
Oh, understandable.
It's up to you. You
That's
can put it
really
back on and
depressing.
try and reason with her that she shouldn't die.
If she wants to die, I'm not going to stop her. It's my path.
Okay. Do you crush the necklace?
I have one strength. I will instead melt it with blood.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Theodis is no. Theodis is just this is going to be so sad yet comical. as Theodis is just going to say, you know, I find it quite funny, despite the classic enmity between us. It's quite interesting how we all just kind of came together at the end of the night. Day, I suppose it's night for you.
I suppose.
Oh yeah, no, he says that to catch you.
Indeed.
So am I like a walking Capri Sun to you guys?
We don't use
Sorry.
straws.
I actually have to use straws.
Same.
That reminds me of an episode of Doctor Who.
Well, not always, but sometimes. I tend to not see it that way.
This is gonna go up to inch up to D'Onofrio. He's just gonna say, "Are you gonna blow up the shop if I tell you there's a tremor?"
She contemplates for a few seconds. You can almost see like she's kind of sizing the shop.
Oh dear.
How about we go with a strong maybe?
I mean, would you do the courtesy of taking it outside if you have gripes?
Sure.
This is should we say, a polite venue. We've all been through a lot today, and frankly, I just can't.
You know what? Considering you guys just saved the world, I'll give the Tremere a reprieve. I'll kill them tomorrow.
Okay, well there you go. Yeah, I was going to say it is a lovely evening. Like I'd rather not have the place of celebration blown up.
We've survived the end of the world. No point in trying starting it again.
Yes, we do kind of have an eternity to feud.
From what I can tell from what
Jules offers to offer a glass of whiskey.
Is there anything in the...
It's just whiskey.
Okay.
And to answer your question, Douglas, was it?
Yes.
You look appetizing. Let's call it that. But not to worry, not to worry. Not to worry. There are some of us who are in control of our hunger.
So to answer your question, less of a Capri Sun and more of a chocolate yuzu.
Well put, well put. Cigar.
Always.
And he also has cigars on him, and you will offer her one.
You'll see what she does is pretty interesting. She takes out the cigar and she lights it by basically tapping her finger against it.
You have to cut the end first.
Well, I must say I was going to adhere to proper etiquette and light it for you, but apparently not.
Feed just gone. Oh, sorry.
I've never been big on the gender norms or stereotypes. Thank you, though.
Well, I am
Old-fashioned is what you are.
I'm also old-fashioned even for my time, so I'm not up to snuff with all of these new...
What is your time? I'm sorry, is that a rude question?
Plus.
That is a rude question, yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just curious.
No. You seem to be excellent at making friends and influencing people. Don't influence us into another Masasa war, dear.
A what?
I believe that was when the Tremere and the rest of the Order of Hermes really went at it.
There have been two, to be exact. But yes. Currently,
I'll just be quiet then.
Currently, we're in the middle of a ceasefire.
See, it's not so bad, he says to Catcher.
We only kill your kind when we're pretty sure they're not looking.
It's kind of a tit for tat, really.
They kill an apprentice here. We burn down a chantry there.
C'est la vie.
Say, Livy.
Just cut her some slack.
This town here takes on an entirely new context of kindred, I just realised.
This seems like a very hostile party.
No, not at all. Simply stating facts and keeping proper etiquette, proper protocol.
I'm actually surprised how relaxed things have been. I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Pardon me, Douglas. Would you be interested in unloading that lollipop?
Yeah, sure. I've kind of lost my appetite for it.
As the lollipop,
Anything in return for it?
as the lollipop leaves Douglas's hands, everything about it, including the stem it's on, turns to dust.
Uh,
Oh, that was unfortunate. If I may ask, what did you wish to do with the lollipop?
sorry.
I was going to give it to someone that might have been able to use it for something. I'm not entirely sure what, but they would have been.
Oh, fair enough. I wonder if I would have been able to examine it. Kind of just mulls on that. Oh well.
Okay.
Maybe we should, talk about something different.
Let's see. Oh, what about this shop? I see you have many wares for sale and stuff like
Just turn around like, where's you say?
that. Wares, you say? You just Homer should use. He's like, hello! Hello!
I was
Hang on. All I'm gonna say is, hey, Bishop,
Shit.
he could totally come on in.
I love the idea. I love the idea of reaching up and you just take a book off the shelf, and as the book leaves, you just see on the other side of the shelf just Omar Shadid. Hello.
He's just face is just up against the window, and it's just a muffled hello.
Fuck it, I'm changing my picture to Omar's Childer. We're gonna do this.
God damn it! No, do I not have Omar here? Go find Omar.
Why don't you have Omar?
No, let me go find him. I have him on my OneDrive.
You would be correct in saying this is one of the most grand libraries available in probably the country.
I've seen a better one.
Do you have your list of books digitized?
No, I'm afraid.
Where did you say?
It's a happy merchant.
It's a very happy merchant. He just pops out of a shadow by the entrance. He'll walk in. He just pops out of a shadow right next to the entrance to this door.
Hello!
Ah,
Oh, for the love of the triad.
It's actually... So, he kind of wrings his hands together. Hey, Bishop, I just want to say something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Omar Shadid has a life boon over the individual who was going to become the Salubri Inner Council member.
Oh, yeah. This really worked out for him.
Hello.
because
Jesus
of course
Christ,
he does.
these
Omar
Shadid's
Shadid,
plays
of course
just-
he does.
Yeah, it's just like, how did this even work out? Well, it's Omar Shadid. Fair enough.
It's actually pretty funny because one of the very first things I intend to do with Ishaar in Edessa is literally boot down Omar Shadid's door and rob the shit out of him.
Aww, where's Omar Shadid? Man, Omar Shadid should have been in the final fight if that was the case. He'd take back his goods.
You've taken my goods, you son of a
stole
bitch.
my shit.
He just turns up. He's like, the bailiffs are here.
Oh yeah, he just comes in with like 200 hungry shades.
You give me my lampshade back, or by the name of God, I will smack you down with 1,000 talwars.
Oh, God.
It's all over a lampshade.
Yeah.
Theodore will go over to Katya again. He will just look at her and she will just say, my dear, I know that tonight, last time has been trying for you.
Please, I really don't feel like talking about it.
Well, I was thinking whether or not you required an escort.
No, I'll call someone, don't worry.
Very well. But I will be contacting you at some point in the near future, if that is all right.
Of course.
Very well. Emilia, will you be staying, or?
You want to go? I can go.
No, you can stay. It's quite all right. I will be heading home.
Well, I don't have a ride, so.
I can take you wherever you need to go, if you would like to stay.
No, dear, it's fine. I mean, unless you need me here, I can go get some rest, I suppose. But
Ryan
if
is an
you...
absolutely wonderful host. You'll be in safe hands, no problem.
Just don't go in my basement, and we will be good as gold.
Good to know. Now you made me curious. Well...
Ooh, no, I wish to see what is in this basement. So to see this for the record, but I don't know what she did right now.
Well,
shall we?
Theodore will bow to everyone in the room. Will put on his hat, and he will be. I must say, it's been a very good pleasure to collaborate in this. Well, since the fact that we succeeded. I bid you a very good evening, everyone.
Amelia will put on her hoodie and just go like, yeah, what he said.
Good evening and a pleasure to meet you. I don't really, actually, if I may, I didn't have the chance to introduce myself properly to you.
Sorry.
Theodore Crane, Barney, Cher, William Walker.
Theodore Williams.
Amelia Ross.
Ah, pleasure.
You probably won't recognize me if you see me again.
I'm aware of this particular form of concealment.
Well, of course you're aware I'm standing right before you, but that won't happen again, I don't think. Anyway, yeah. Nice meeting you, I suppose.
Nice meeting you. I'm sure we'll meet again.
It was good seeing you, Amelia.
We'll talk.
Gotcha. Always a pleasure.
If you need anything, give me a call.
Theodore
Of course, you have my number.
Yeah, the two of them will leave the shop, and I'm gonna collapse from being very, very tired now.
Yeah, so do I. Have fun the rest of the evening, guys.
I'm gonna head out as well, in character and out of character, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.
Also, quick out of character note, Evan. I don't know if D'Onofrio would do it here, but you did note to me out of character. She actually had something for Theodus once this happened.
She does, in fact.
Is it going to be a fireball?
No.
Okay, that's good then. Yes.
They'll be put in your blue book.
Okay. I was just wondering if you
I was
were
going to say, is it another roof to toss him off of?
I can fly, you know. You just go. But yes, I'm something of a scholar myself and stuff. I haven't really had the best start, but all of what's been happening has really hampered my endeavors to build my own collection.
Yes, I've been collecting books near 3 centuries now. It's been somewhat of a hobby, then it started a business, and now I'm here. The more esoteric of subjects I tend to keep in my private collection, but the general information, the important things, the things other people might find of value, and he just kind of gestures with the hand. They're scattered around. For those who know where to look, just mind where you look, of course.
Hmm.
Very true.
Fascinating.
Well, at some point, maybe we can arrange a transaction of some sort. I'm very interested in what you have. What would be willing to share, of course?
Yeah, certainly, perhaps. It's somewhat of a hobby of mine, and I'm more than happy to share my information with others, provided, of course, they do so in discretion.
Of course.
Fortunately, should a item of mine come to any serious harm, I am able to, what's the word? And he kind of rolls his hand, reacquire the item from destruction.
Oh, now that is a very handy technique. Should probably learn how to do that myself.
To undo entropy. Impressive.
I prefer to think of it as dragging it from one place to another. I've heard some stories. He kind of thinks about it. It's just some grand libraries have been long destroyed through various nefarious acts, and their items, given the memories of the individuals who held such a place in memory, can still be accessed if the person knows how to get to the place.
Fascinating. And notes it down. If one could get texts from the Library of Alexandria, for example, that would be a great boon.
That's all. Like, out of character, I'm pretty sure that's mostly been co-opted by Enoch.
Yeah,
probably looted by the Stygians and the Giovanni.
Yeah. The library itself is like the Enochian library is like the largest collection of knowledge ever. It was destroyed, but it's kind of like in this weird state where people think it's there, and therefore it's actually there because it's shadowed around.
Yeah. And smokes his cigar.
Fetus looks at Violet. Thank you for the tea, by the way. I didn't catch your name.
Violet Foster.
Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. And thank you.
She'll do a slight bow of her head. I apologized for not being able to join the fight. I have no skills in combat.
We all help in our way.
Yes, there would be no point in you being there if you cannot fight. The responsible thing to do would be to support from the side.
Agreed.
I figured, I would just be dead weight instead of actually useful, so I figured I'd stay out of it and serve in some other way.
Precisely. That's very good. I have to say, even with this tea, though, I still feel drained. It is odd. I've not felt this tired in, well, perhaps ever.
I'll second that. Oh, I'm knackered.
He'll get everybody a refill.
He'll have a refill of tea and drink it.
Yes, the malicious and nefarious powers of such a dark being is, well, one shudders to imagine.
Yes, I very much do.
Those chains were nasty.
all I can think of, like, internally is, oh my god, I'm glad I'm never going to have to deal with the first and its bullshit ever again.
You're not wrong.
Like, I was just having flashbacks to, like, Elder Gangrel, you know.
Meanwhile, Evan is just rubbing his hands, just saying to himself, "Oh, dear sweet child.
If only you knew." Yeah.
You have yet to see Kementiri's favorite Bane mummies."
Christ.
Yeah. Oh well, at least all my wounds have healed. That's good.
Fearless's healed. He's had 2 now, so he's his wounds have gotten significantly better. They're still there though, but they're more like they're closer to 1st degree burns than anything else. They just have a bit more heavily imprinted into the skin to kind of show that they're aggravated, not just lethal. But that's far to a mage anyway, so.
So yeah, kindred. Interesting terminology, I have to say, from an anthropological point of view, of course.
Yes, it certainly is. It's positively biblical. Of course, I'm not at liberty to reveal any such information to you. Perhaps you might.
Of course.
I'm bound by certain strictures. Perhaps you might make an inquiry with somebody who is, not required to do so, that is.
Oh, I wouldn't want to press you for uncomfortable information. And he puts out his cigar.
Yeah, the ashtray is actually a human skull. Just don't think about it.
He just uses it and then moves away.
Turns out the ashtray was Samuel Hyde the entire time.
Yeah. To be or not to be, that is the question of a person with Path of Skulls.
Yep. I'd love to learn more. I've noticed the world of the supernatural is very active in Dublin. I wonder if this is the case for most large cities around the world, or if Dublin is something of an exception. Of course, it was the site of a potential apocalypse, so perhaps it is difficult to tell under these circumstances.
Dublin seems to be erupting in fires regularly. Speaking. I feel a bit like a firefighter, to be honest.
Yes, I would imagine that the natural issue is something of population. The more humans there are, by extension, the likelihood of there being other beings of supernatural inclination logarithmically increases. So,
Predator ratio makes sense.
They should put that on like the tourism advert. Welcome to Dublin. The world nearly ends every week here.
Yeah, don't believe I had an opportunity to thank you for, well, temporarily smiting that particularly angry gargoyle.
It's not wait temporarily. What?
It's like temper what now?
Wait, it's back?
She managed to make her way back this evening, but that was also dealt with.
Good. I'd rather she didn't come after me.
You ever just like, touch the, drink the Kool-Aid and then getting cool bat wings after almost killing like everybody present? Like,
I'm sorry.
I just have to say, I just want you to guys, just take a moment to pity Bishop. Do you know why I say take a moment to pity Bishop?
Because you just posted Ishaar's character sheet in Odessa?
No, because the first appears as a 7-dot ally on the sheet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What? What?
Listen to him flail. I can hear him flailing.
It's like a walking nightmare.
But why though? Why?
I think he's
Why
feeling
you-
nauseous.
Please don't bully me.
I killed him.
No.
I think you killed Bishop.
No.
I never knew you could bully someone through character creation.
This means it's Francis's fourth generation now. And he gets presents now. Oh, okay. What is this? I'm gonna go look at it now because I really
It
just.
hasn't been posted yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just.
He's just teasing right now.
Oh, that's not very nice. Fetus
I'm also
is
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look over the bullshit that's gonna be your sales at midnight character sheet, which is gonna more than likely be filled with bullshit.
It is, yeah. It's gonna have like a level 5 artifact because of the literal thing I gave that NPC.
Question.
MBST.
Would you be opposed to Tlatike called Shibalanke?
You know what? After everything that's happened and all the sheets that Evan has given me, that is one of the more mundane concepts. So go ahead.
You point out my concepts are lovely, sir.
Bold as it is.
I like to
Alright.
imagine the second is a really spiteful gargoyle. It's like the less famous, as in it's like, and the second, and the second is like, see, I was the original too, but no one fucking talks about me.
I feel like the
essentially-
saltiest one is the fourth. The fourth is just the worst.
It's essentially, you know, Pikel from Rick and Morty, you know, like Michael and Pikel. It's just like, we didn't have a name for the other one. Fuck it. Guess I'll call him Pikel then.
It's like there's the first, the second, the third. And
Pikel.
you are Steve. Steve.
This is degenerated quickly.
Yeah.
The most
You
vanilla
think
of gargoyles.
You think your fucking parents are bad. Mine called me Gargoyle 4.0.
Yeah.
that's just a random mortal who's called that. It's not even a gargoyle. It's just a human being, and they just called him Gargoyle 4.
Just guys, just for the scene itself, though, Ryan would take out a little, like, you know, he'd take out some business cards. He's got a little stamp under his desk, kind of stamps the business cards and then hands them out to the people present. Essentially, think of it as like a free back rub, but that back rub is instead the ability to manipulate Shadowlands. If you redeem it, that is.
Zombie back rub.
A zombie back rub. Actually, I probably could like command a shambling horde to do that, but that would be the most. Like, I could imagine Jarpath just rolling over in his grave, like, why? Why have you done this?
Please, we all know J-Path didn't get a grave. He didn't deserve one.
It's like you know, Cappadocia's just like, and this is why I had the Feast of Folly.
Yeah,
It gets
Ryan
even
will.
worse when Douglas decides to write a song called Zombie Back Rub.
Theodis will actually just kind of give out oh, Theodis doesn't actually have a business. He doesn't really have a business card. Whoops. Well, I guess he'll find you.
Got an IOU note.
Time for Douglas to hand out his promotional band posters.
Yeah.
Kind of upset I can't have Sophie, but in the squad anymore.
Oh no, that's depressing. That's really sad.
I wasn't gonna make her stay, but you know, like if she wants to die, then I'm not gonna stop her. I digress. Some other people have things to do in a scene, because you know, Connor things like scene closure type stuff. With that, I think does anybody have anything else to do?
I think
like,
Theodis
dear
will
Ryan,
just.
burn down my fucking house.
Yeah, just gonna fireball your fucking Grand Library 7 and
So, Violet,
Theodis would have an aneurysm if Denofre did that, to be fair.
yeah. I'd rather have a fucking amulet.
Yeah,
So-
Ryan would definitely get a calling card from Damien Wolf, archaeologist.
Yeah, she'd be fucking dead, Nofrier.
Well, in any case, Theodis will just shake everybody's hand. It was a pleasure to see you all, and thank you again for hosting this tomorrow. It was a great event.
Pleasure as always. Fortunate to meet under such mild circumstances, as I said.
No, it's a welcome change.
I think Kim wanted to say something, though.
yeah. I've been trying to talk to Denofri. So, Violet recognizes somebody who looks much older than they actually seem and gives her. Is he even there?
I take that as a
Evan,
no.
darling, are you there? I take that as a no.
Papa.
Oh god, that was creepy.
What, like, Papa, can you hear me?
Maybe if we keep saying his name, he'll.
I'll do like a blood dance and summon him. Like a seance.
You just use presence for us, easier. By the power of Toreador, I compel you.
Arise!
What always some. Tiger's here? That worked!
That was really loud.
Oh, hey, you're back.
We're trying to summon Evan, and I said Tiger's here, and it fucking worked.
Have we proven beyond all shadow of a doubt that you have an ability called Summon Tiger?
Well, he just got home from work, but so as I've been trying to say, Violet walks up to Denofri, recognizing the fact that they are both older than they actually look, giving her the nod and offering a handshake.
To Denofre, specifically.
Did Evan die?
Evan!
Oh, whoever made that noise, please stop.
What?
Kim is trying to say something to Denofrier.
Oh, what?
Jesus Christ. So,
Third time's a charm.
yeah, fifth time actually. So Violet will walk up to Denofri, recognizing they're both, older than they actually look, like significantly older, gives her the nod and shakes her hand. Pleasure to meet you.
It's agreeable to meet you as well.
So how long?
Oh, take a banality trigger.
Oh. Okay, our willpower, right?
No, it's your glamour. It's your glamour difficulty 8.
Glamour difficulty 8.
There's a reason for this.
She's like banality 10, isn't she?
No.
No, that's not my glamour. That's my banality. Okay, that's my
I'll
glamour.
explain it to you when you've rolled.
Two successes.
Yeah, you immediately jerk your hand back, and there's no actual. You feel the attempts of banality to ravage your soul, but it does. You manage to fight it back. Nofrier, on her right hand, because she's right-handed, wears a cold iron ring.
Kind of, side eye, but she's not going to judge.
Oh, of course, because that also fucks Ryan terribly, doesn't
Yeah, I
it?
know.
So yeah, it's like the ultimate knuckle duster.
Yeah.
But she looks down. She didn't realize who or what you were, but seeing your reaction to the ring, she goes, my apologies.
I take no offense. You did not mean any harm.
It's a precaution. Then again, I'm covered in precautions.
It's an understandable one.
Theodis can acquiesce to this. Literally, her entire body is like covered in tattoos and odd like symbols and sigils to protect against various different things.
Yeah.
Yes, I can understand your precaution against my kind. They're assholes. A lot of them.
She shrugs. I've met nice ones and I've met bad ones, but then again, I think that's the same with every group, isn't it?
It is.
Thetis could have made a really sassy remark about Kindred and the Tremere there, but he didn't, and I feel bad that I missed the opportunity.
You made your own bed, now you're damn well going to sleep in it.
Sad.
I hope we have the opportunity to meet again.
Indeed. I'd be delighted to.
And she'll give out her card for her restaurant for anybody who wants it.
Hey, Thetis will take it.
Come on,
Same
Theodis.
thing here.
We're gonna go back to the chantry, and I'm gonna get you patched up.
Yes, I could. The sea helped, but I think I could still use a little bit of patching up.
Also, Douglas, come on.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Closest.
Since Syra isn't here, I guess I have to play mom. Don't worry about it.
To be fair, you did eat a lollipop made of kindred. God.
That's one of the reasons why I don't trust him being here when I'm not here. No offense.
It's
fine.
not.
It's more so the fact he's a moron as opposed to you guys being unscrupulous.
Well, your misconceptions are, well, actually, not misconceptions. They're fairly well placed. In all honesty, suppose. Actually, I like this one. He did save my ass, but yes, I concur.
Indeed. Well, come on, Theodis. Come on, Douglas.
Okay.
And yes, Doug, for the record, she turns around. Yes, Douglas, you may have a piggyback.
What?
You were thinking about it. You may have a piggyback.
Okay.
She will give Douglas a piggyback.
Amiable spirit.
I was going to call him a child, but it seems far too accurate.
I do like the joke at the start. It's like, do I get a wizard's hat and go to Hogwarts? It's just like, no.
Ah.
I think we're good.
Yes, and yes, Douglas, we have chocolate milk at the chantry.
Yes.
That seems like a pretty good stopping off point, kids.
I swear I'm an adult.
I mean, we believe you. So thank you for playing.
Well, I don't, and
Thanks for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.